So next topic is we are going to see about sources of contamination and its prevention in the aseptic areas. So why the contamination occurs and how we are going to prevent that contamination. So coming to the introduction, as you know that aseptic area is nothing but that should be free from all the microorganisms, so that we will be having all the designs and constructions which are made by following all the things, and we are going to do the aseptic area, which is a fully designed aseptic area will be there. But what are the major sources of aseptic area which causes the contamination? Or the personnel, that is the person who is involved in that one, and buildings, equipments, raw materials, manufacturing process, as well as HVAC system, that is heating, ventilation and air conditioning system. So these are all the other types of things which causes contamination. So you can check in this diagram like facility, equipment, process, materials, utilities and personals. So coming to the personnel, the person working in the aseptic area, he should also be sterile. So the contamination occurs due to if a person is not inadequate training, that means training is not given properly, and he is not following any GMP practices, and direct contact between the hands and materials of the person, or due to improper hygiene, or unauthorized person entering the facility other than the being person, and insufficient gowning, that means not wearing properly dress and equipment, and eating, drinking and smoking. So if you do this one, there is a chance of getting the contamination. So the person should be very sterile. Okay, we should avoid all these things. Next, coming to the buildings and facilities, so these are also will cause some contamination. So it may be due to the inadequate size or organization of the space, and poor filth and pest controls, rough floors, ceilings, walls, and due to absence of air filtration systems. I told you about HEPA filters. So if they are not there, you can get the contamination, like inadequate lighting and ventilation, and poorly located vents, ledges and drains, and improper washing, toilet washing and locker facilities and sanitary operations. So these are all the things which causes contamination due to buildings and facilities that are available in an area. Next, equipment and utensils. So some of the utensils may be like a corrosive in nature, you cannot use those things, and unsuitable design of the things, or size, corrosion causing materials, and alteration with lubricants. Suppose if you are using to the equipment, if it's not working properly, we'll be adding some lubricants. So by adding of that lubricants or coolants, sanitizing agents, so an inefficient cleaning, particularly not cleaning over the area, and inappropriate calibration if you're not going for the calibration checking, and use of defective equipment, that means if not using the proper equipment without checking that one. So all these will lead to the contamination. Next, to raw materials. So these are used during production and are considered as a potential source of contamination due to the following reasons. So why the raw materials will be causing the contamination means it may be due to improper storage and handling, or microbial contamination, or wrong labeling, or incorrect sampling, or due to materials not meeting the acceptance criteria. So all these things may lead to the contamination. Next, in the manufacturing process, what are the factors that will be causing the contamination, like absence of facilities required for manufacturing, or improper cleaning between batches and batches. So after preparation of one batch, if you're going for the other batch, if you're not cleaning properly, the previous batch may come in contact with the newly prepared batch. So these are all the things that are going to happen. And use of an open manufacturing system, and improper zoning, you have not done a suitable area, or lacking an area line clearance after each cleaning, and lacking of cleaning status labeling on all equipment. So all these things will lead to the contamination of the products. And the last thing is the HVAC, that is heating, ventilation and air conditioning system. So this is a type of the system which removes all the microorganisms present in the room. So it is also causes sometimes contamination due to organic materials that are accumulating in the thing, and inadequate air filtration systems, or inadequate magnitude of pressure differentials which causes flow reversal, or incorrect ratio of fresh air to recirculated air. That means we'll be removing the air from time to time now, so you have to circulate the fresh air only. And incapability of accessing ventilation dampers and filtering from outside the manufacturing areas, and not in a proper direction airflow. So these are all the things which causes contamination in a specific area. And now coming to the methods of prevention. So how we are going to do the prevention methods? So we have studied about the personal, buildings and facilities, everything. So to prevent that one, what we have to do, Like coming to the personal, access to production areas by the unauthorized person, that means only authorized person should be allowed to go inside to the rooms, and adequate personal hygiene should be maintained, and the person should be given proper training before he is entering into that area. And the person entering the manufacturing area should wear all the effective clothing, that means protective coat clothing should be there. And he should avoid touching with the naked hands, that means he should always wear the gloves. Without bare hands he should not go and touch everything. Next, coming to the buildings and facilities. In aseptic rooms, I told you that all the things should be done with the specialized resin, paints, anything, okay, like that. And in aseptic rooms, the differential air pressure is higher than the adjacent control areas, and air filtration and air changes should be tested, and the direction of the air flow should be only one direction, that is unidirectional flow should be present. And at ambient temperature and humidity should not be very high, and ventilated cabins should be there, and restricted access barrier system should be present, and the areas of unequal risk are separated by UV airlocks. All open container processing should be performed within the isolator, and the air pressure of the changing room should be negative with respect to manufacturing area. The ventilation dampers, specially designed filters, etc., should be used for the maintenance purpose only, and an impermeable barrier should be used in appropriate areas to prevent cross contamination. HVAC air distribution components should be used for preventing the spreading of contaminants, and all the rooms and surfaces should be maintained and monitored for viable and non-viable particulates. So ultimate aim of the thing is that we have to maintain a good condition such that no microorganisms will be getting settled, or no growth of fungal or bacterial growth should be occurring inside the systems. Coming to the access to areas, access to production, packaging and QC areas. So whenever you want to go and do the work production, so only authorized persons are being allowed to go inside that, so not all the persons will go inside that. And materials should be accessed by airlocks, so lock system should be present. And building requirements, all the buildings should be crack free, and clean floor should be there, and walls and ceiling should be used, and windows and viewing panels should be closed, fixed with wall panels and sealed to prevent accumulation of the dust. And the designing of pipe work, so through pipes only we are going to send the materials from one area to another area, so pipeline work, ventilation and all these will be very clean and neat. And sinks of stainless steel should be present within the production areas. And coming to the cleaning and disinfection, time to time cleanliness should be followed, and cleaning agents should be it should not have that much amount of risk associated. It should be minimizing the health risk. And contact time, application, temperature, mechanical action, chemistry of cleaning agents should be considered, and cleaning agent should not be directly applied on the product. The cleaning practice should be validated, so under the proper guidance only you have to do all the cleaning operations. Next, coming to the utilities, water of pharmaceutical grade, microbiologically controlled and monitored water should be used. Clean and additive free steam should be used for cleaning and sanitization of products, tools and equipment, and to supply for autoclaves and humidification. So we have to see that whatever the water we are using for cleaning, everything should be sterile, and which removes almost 99% of bacteria. And free steam also can be used for sanitization purpose. And microbiological grade water you should be used, which is free from all the microorganisms. You should select that one and we have to use that. So these are all the prevention methods which we are going to see if we have any contamination in any areas.